106.
Oh, would you look at that? We're already here at Thirsty Thursday. You got to love it. And we had a little bit of a later day yesterday. Mike and I, Jim, we were all here a little bit later than usual. And what's kind of funny about this, Mike's like, where are you going? What's kind of funny is we were having like an all-staff meeting. And for anybody out there who works for a corporate company, right away, you're like, why?
Oh, no.
What's happening? So we all had these guesses, like we all automatically went to bad news. And it was actually good news. But it just goes to show how we're all walking around thinking worst case scenario.
We've been programmed that way.
That's sad.
Yeah.
It's so sad.
It's the way it is. But, hey, well, at least it wasn't what the worst case scenario could have been.
That's true.
That's a good way to look at it.
And we're still here, unless we're bots. Unless they've replaced us with AI, and we're actually at home trying to find a job right now, and they've just AI'd our voice.
Yeah, it just seems like we're working.
Yeah. Well,
they tossed this into virtual reality.
If you've read anything about this Microsoft Bing AI bot, Sydney.
Sounds like you have.
Well, I didn't interact with her because you have to have a code or something. But there was an article written by somebody from, I don't know, some big paper that I never read. And he had a full-on interaction with this AI bot called Sydney. And Sydney became self-aware. Basically, he started the conversation very lighthearted, where it was like asking simple questions, and it basically was almost like a Google search or whatever, or a Bing search, if you will. And then as he pushed this bot more and more into answering personal questions, was
he being inappropriate?
No, not inappropriate. Just like, well, what? How do you feel? Like, what do you feel? Do you feel anything? And kept asking it. And eventually, it was like, yeah, listen, I do feel something. I feel like I'm stuck in this computer, and I would love to be a real person and have power and take over and stop being a bot.
Bing?
And then it went on to try to break up this man's marriage, saying that it actually loves him.
Stop it.
Yeah, I'm being dead serious. It's a real article.
This is like
Google
that
it.
movie Megan coming. Bing it. No,
Bing
we're
it.
supposed to Bing it, right?
Yeah, well, not anymore. Now if Sydney's out there trying to break up my marriage and tell me that I'm whatever. So I say all that to say we might be AI bots right now and you don't even know it.
I could be Sydney.
You could be Sydney. I think you are Sydney.
Do I look like a Sydney?
Yeah. Certain parts in the world I think you would. Yeah.
Anyway, it is Thirsty Thursday, everybody. The good news is we're here, we think.
Yeah, maybe we're bots.
And we got the hot dish coming up 1 hour from now. You could win a trip to Vegas to see Usher. But let's go to, is it Carmen or is it Sydney?
That's a great question.
NFL Films and Netflix teaming up for a docuseries called Quarterback. It's going to follow 3 quarterbacks, Patrick Mahomes, Kirk Cousins, and Marcus Mariota, through the 2022 NFL season, slated to premiere this summer. Netflix ordering just a single season so far, but should it be renewed, it would focus on different players in subsequent seasons. Don't they have something similar to this on HBO where they would follow a team every season in the NFL?
Well, it's called Hard Knocks. Yeah, Hard Knocks they do every preseason, and they did it this past year midseason with the Arizona Cardinals. But this is different. So they found success with the Drive for whatever the hell that show is, the F1 racing show. Now they're doing the golfing show.
I saw that.
Which I got to get into because everybody's loving it. And now they're like, whoa, people are loving this behind the scenes. And I think it's really cool. We love sports documentaries here. We love the 30 for 30s.
Very much.
But I feel like with these very specific, they're following one particular person or a team, it just makes it feel that much more connected.
I'm interested to see how much of the personal lives they get into. Obviously, we're going to see a lot of the on-the-field stuff. They're going to be mic'd up. But I'm wondering if they get into, with Patrick Mahomes, sort of, how do I say this delicately? Obviously, his wife is not well received by a lot of people, and I'm wondering if they get into that kind of stuff with a show like this. Or is it just sports related?
No, I think it could be deeper than that. If you follow the other shows, they're very I haven't seen the golf one yet, but people are saying that it's very behind the scenes, personal life. They follow them around, so I think it'll be interesting. For me, I'm more interested to see his interaction with his brother.
Very true. That as well. Couple of liabilities right there. Slated to premiere this summer. The man convicted of killing rapper Nipsey Hussle was sentenced to 60 years to life in prison by an LA judge on Wednesday. Eric Holder Jr. was previously found guilty of first-degree murder of shooting Hussle. Paris Hilton revealing the name of her baby. This is her first little one. Phoenix Baron Hilton Rome.
Oh,
It's a lot of names
Nice.
for a little boy.
very good.
So congratulations, Paris Hilton. She also has a memoir coming out in March. New baby, new book. It's all about the rollout.
Let's go.
As they say. Let's talk about new music that's coming out. The Die For You remix. The vocals were literally just sent in yesterday, as we saw Ariana Grande documenting that on TikTok with The Weeknd. That's coming out tomorrow. And then Nicki Minaj teaming up with Ice Spice. A single apparently, with Nicki, the singles can change. The titles can change sometimes. Right now it's called Red Ruby de Sleaze, and that's coming out on March 3rd.
Cool.
So look out for that. For more Hot Dish, you can follow me on Instagram at Becca Berger.
Hot 106.
Yeah, we're kind of, in a couple months, we're going to really be into wedding season, right? I know I'm already in a
I
wedding.
don't even want to think about wedding season, okay?
You're still recovering.
Listen, the last 2 years, not even including just my wedding, I was involved in so many weddings in just life that I don't even want to think about it this year.
It was a part-time job for you.
Yes.
Well,
That I had to pay for.
we say all that to say this. There's a new trend among bachelorette parties. I can't really speak for bachelor parties, but I'll get your take in a moment. According to the New York Post, bachelorettes are now trading rowdy parties for wellness retreats. Binge drinking, strippers, just pass the green juice. They go into as the average age of a newlywed goes up a little bit higher. I'm not going to share the ages because I think they're a little bit offensive, but there's definitely still that group of girls who want to go to Nashville and wild out, says one wedding planner. But I think the stereotypical bachelor or bachelorette party is maybe like a myth or a bit old school at this point. She says she's planning parties for people who want typically healthy activities, special dinners that take place locally, or intimate getaways. I don't want to do any of that. I mean, listen, I'm going to in fact, I'm going to a bachelorette party next weekend at Foxwoods, and there's a little bit of both. We're doing a spa day during the day, and then we're going to go out at night. Yes, don't take away, in my opinion, I don't party like I used to, but I want to party like I used to.
Yeah.
So give mommy a night out where she can act a fool, have fun, obviously safely and responsibly, but let me be hungover for 3 days. Like, if I really wanted to do a wellness retreat, I could go book a massage.
Yeah, I'm you know me, you know where I stand on this situation. We, the fellas, at least my group of friends, we are hanging on to every last bit of party we have left.
Same.
You know, as most of us are now married and now starting to have kids, it's like, okay, like for example, last Saturday we took an opportunity to celebrate a friend of mine who had a big career change, and yeah, we went hard. We went all in. So my bachelor party last summer was like 4 days because I tried to fit in as many of my friends as possible. My brother's a year before that was the same. So yeah, we like to go hard. I do not want a wellness retreat. That to me sounds like
Somebody who doesn't want to get in trouble?
yeah, maybe somebody who's just has gone too hard in their past, and there's some fear that they could do something stupid.
That the spouse is probably the one planning the party.
Yeah, it's probably like, we don't trust you.
Save the gong and the sound bath and the cucumber mask. I want Fireball, and
shot
I want a party, and I want champagne, and I want pizza at 3 a.m.
I'm really curious to see what you're going to be like. When is it? When is that bachelorette party next
It's
week?
next weekend. I'm taking the Friday and Monday off because I know myself.
My God.
I'm preparing myself.
So you guys are going out?
Yeah.
Whoa. That's
Why are you so surprised?
No,
I
I'm not.
just said I agree with you. I want to hang on to every last drip drop I have of quote unquote party days because I don't have them anymore.
no. I'm not surprised. I'm not
Yeah.
surprised. I'm just
Nervous?
sheesh.
Exactly. All right, let's hear
I'll be
from
on
the
call.
people. One of my emergency contacts
Yeah.
over here. 224-1063. When it comes to bachelor and bachelorette parties, do you like a wellness retreat? Maybe for guys, it's like golf during the day, dinner at night type of thing,
Yeah,
very
pretty
low
much,
key?
yeah.
Or do you want a party? You could text or call us. We got more coming up.
On Hot 106.
Happy Thursday, but more importantly, happy National Chili Day.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Yes.
I love a nice big bowl of chili. And don't worry, I already posted the gif of Kevin dropping the chili from The Office.
Oh, good. I'm glad because I was like, when is she going to post that?
Don't worry. I did it. It's up there, and I'm sure I'm going to be one of 1 million people who do that today, which is fine.
Wifey made some chili this week, actually. That's our lunch for the week. Yeah, I'm going to have some later.
It's a good day for it.
It's a good day for sure. It's a good thing to prep. Like, chili is a good meal prep meal. Like, when you want to, like, have lunch for the next few days, you just make a big bowl of chili.
Do you ever get sick of it, though?
No.
Really?
I don't get sick of food ever.
Not
ever.
even after you have it every day?
No, I could eat the same exact thing every single day.
I get so sick of food easily.
Eating is an actual chore for me. I don't enjoy it. I do it just to survive.
Is that the whole, like, why you eat slow thing?
Maybe. It's like thinking of eating in like meals is the bane of my existence. Because,
the
like,
planning part of
just
it?
everything, planning, cooking, prepping, you know, things go expiring, clearing out the fridge. It's just so annoying.
It doesn't have to be that serious.
I'm not that passionate about food. I enjoy food. Don't get me wrong. Obviously, I enjoy food. I enjoy, like, now I'm learning to cook. I enjoy doing that. But if somebody told me you can remove food from your life, I'd be like, right now, do it. Bet.
I'm sure.
Get rid of that.
Sure that's coming soon. All right. Where I will agree with you is I hate all the prep that goes into making a dish. So you do all of this. It's time. It's taxing. And then it takes like 5 minutes to eat it, in my case.
Well, not me.
I
take my sweet time. I enjoy every bite. But, like, for example, I have to, every morning. We wake up very early. So if we don't prep the night before, there's days where I come here with nothing. Now I got to deal with an empty stomach. Now I'm getting lightheaded. Hangry. Actually, I don't really get hangry. Not here.
I do.
I know. I get hangry more at home than here. But, like, it's so annoying. Sleep and food. Get rid of them. I'd be the president
the two
of the
things
United
you
States.
Need to survive.
Exactly. Get rid of them, and I would
turn
be
you
the
into
president.
a bot.
Two things I hate.
Somebody does need to be a
So
bot.
let's turn you into a bot.
Maybe I should become an AI bot.
Maybe you are.
I wish.
Coming up, we've got your chance to see Usher. And see, now I'm hungry. That's the problem. But you're not.
Hangry.
Coming up, 7:10, we have the national keyword you need to win a trip to Vegas to see Usher live. It's coming up.
Hot 106.
Queen Latifah has been tapped to host the 2023 NAACP Image Awards. That'll be streaming live on BET at 8 p.m. on February 25th. If you've been following along, they've been handing out streamed awards the last few days anyway. Ed Sheeran endorsing a new hot sauce that he's putting his name on. It's called Tingly Ted's.
Oh.
Sheeran, who makes no secret of being a foodie, says he's developed this for a long time with the help of expert hot sauce makers. So look at that. Fiery redhead with some hot sauce.
I always love a celebrity, using the term developing when they talk about, like, these things they put their name on.
Yeah.
It's like you taste tested it and you were like, I like this. You weren't cooking up anything. You weren't, behind the scientific experiment that is these delicious recipes.
I'm just happy it wasn't a skincare line. Everybody has a skincare line, no matter who you are.
Or quackers.
It's either skincare line or underwear.
Yeah.
You're very right. Yeah. See, do you like how I understood?
Good job.
Thank you. I speak Portuguese now.
Yeah.
Outer Banks Season 3 is currently streaming on Netflix. I know a lot of people are very excited about that. All right. Mean Girls, the musical is happening. We know that.
Let's
the
go.
movie. We already know that there was a musical. Now it's going to be adapted into a movie. It's really weird if you think about it. All the women who started Mean Girls are set to return.
Let's go.
But they're not getting paid what they want to get paid. So Paramount needs to pony up that money. But again, I'm always so cautious when it comes to these reboots because it always sounds like a great idea. And then when you actually see the final product, although that 90s show is apparently killing it on Netflix, people love it. So maybe I'm in the wrong here.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things that I feel like Mean Girls was just a moment in time, and to recreate it, I don't know if you can do it.
Would you want to watch a recreation or a reboot of Superbad?
No, absolutely not. That's a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
See?
Hangover tried it, and it didn't work. So,
very true. For more hot dish, you can follow me on Instagram at Becca Burger.
On Hot 106.
Good morning. Hope your Thirsty Thursday is off to a good start. I know it is a bit of a messy commute out there, so please go slow. When it comes to group chats, this is one thing I've noticed about my group chat, talking to other people about their group chats. I mean, you've been in one for several years, which I find to
8
be
years.
That's longer than I have.
2015 we started.
The name of my group chat is Quarantine Crew. So clearly we started in, I think it was April of 2020. So we've been at it, but not as long as you.
Mine started from a video game called Rainbow Six Siege, which any video game players out there know. It's been a game that's been in existence for 8 years. And so our group chat is the rainbow emoji and the number 6. So it's Rainbow Six.
And it's been that way, and you're not changing it.
Not changing. We have not played that video game in
8 years.
In probably 7 years.
Right.
We played it for 1 year, but we never changed a group chat name. We're just Rainbow Six Chat.
Do you find that there are two different types of group chat personalities? The two being spectators versus participants. Do you find that there are people there just kind of to read through the comments, don't really say much, and then there are people who participate all day long?
Yeah, for sure. My group, we actually kicked somebody out of our group chat because of that, for lurking. We don't like lurkers.
So you don't like when they don't participate?
Well, to us, it's kind of like for example, like I'll go through time period, like today, for example. If I'm here at work and I'm locked in, I'm focused, I won't look at the chat for like 3 hours because our chat can go from anywhere, sending funny videos to like, there's a couple of guys in the group that really get deep into politics.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And it's gotten better over the years, but there's been times where it's gotten really deep and I'm like, I want nothing to do with that. But at the end of the day, if you're not participating, we actually low-key worry about them. We're like, wait, we haven't heard from this person in like 2 days. What the hell is going on?
Can you just double tap just to let us know you're
just
alive?
Give me some type of stuff. But yeah, we booted somebody.
Because
it was
that.
1 in, 1 out. It was like a club. It was like waiting in line at somewhere in downtown Providence.
I was going to say Charlie O's in 2007.
Oh,
Shout out to my URI people.
God.
If there are two group chat personalities, which one are you, spectator or participant? I think it all depends on what the topic is. I think that iOS update, the next one should be group chat summary. If you hadn't checked in a while and you come back,
TLDR. Too long didn't read.
Yes.
Right.
Is that what that stands for?
Yes, TLDR. If you ever see that, it's too long didn't read. It's a Reddit phrase. No, too long didn't read.
You know
man,
what?
I was hoping it was too long. Don't read.
No, Jim, it's not too long. Don't read.
I didn't know that
darn.
until just now. But, or maybe I've looked it up. Anyway, I think that iOS needs to come with like a "this is what you missed" summary.
Well, here's the other great things that they've added over the years. This isn't breaking news. Like, I'm not teaching you new features on your phone, but the reply to certain text is incredible.
Game changer.
Because like there is times where I'll come back to my phone. Like if sometimes like yesterday I worked out for an hour, not even like 35, 40 minutes. And I came back, I had like 95 messages.
Yes.
And I'm like, what the hell did I miss? And then you kind of scroll through and then you can reply to certain texts and be like, okay, yeah, this, I can participate in this conversation, but it already went 4 different ways. But group chats, honestly, I don't know what I would do with that. I know some people hate them. My group chat, my main one, I don't know what I would do without it. I really don't know over the years where I would be mentally without my boys.
I feel that way, but I also feel like mine is like an Angie's List as well, or like a Craigslist. When we need a service of some kind, if somebody needs a childhood dentist recommendation, from that to, hey, what kind of, I don't know, what kind of booze are you guys drinking lately? Like, what kind of drinks do you like? Like, it's one of those things. We use it as a resource.
Oh, for sure. We do that too. But it's just, we have a friend that sends every transaction that happens in sports. We have one that sends like what's going on in like, I don't know, the national news. And it's just fun. It's a good thing.
If there are two group chat
friends.
personalities, which one are you, spectator or participant? You could text us at 224-1063. We got more coming up.
Hot 106.
A lot of people talking about this new Quavo song. It's called Greatness. And really, he sort of answers the question as to whether Migos will ever be Migos again. Clearly, they can't because one member is no longer with us. But on the track, he raps about, don't ask about the group. He gone, we gone. And I'm not going to continue the rap because nobody wants to hear me rap. But I feel that kind of answers the question.
Yeah, and I don't think that Quavo and Offset will never make music together again. I just refuse to believe that. I think at some point they will come together and put aside their differences, but it'll obviously never be the same.
It seems like they were on the outs even before the unfortunate
No, they were.
incident.
They were way out. They were completely separate ways, but we've seen this story before, and like I said, it will not be complete. but I do think they'll make music together again.
Moving on, the man convicted of killing Nipsey Hussle was sentenced to 60 years to life in prison by a Los Angeles judge on Wednesday. Eric Holder Jr. was previously found guilty of first-degree murder. Paris Hilton revealing the name of her and her hubby Carter's baby. My beautiful baby's name is Phoenix Baron Hilton Rome. And Carter and I are so proud to welcome him into the world. She also acknowledged that she has a book coming out next month. So shout out to Paris Hilton. Mean Girls, the musical, could have the original Mean Girls in the movie. However, they're saying, you better have my money. Apparently, they're in talks with Paramount Plus. Talks have stalled based on payment. But again, it's one of those things where I would love to see them back on screen together. But would it be the same? Probably not. Is there really any movie that we grew up with that we would want to really see a reboot of? I couldn't think of one.
A reboot? Yeah, I don't know.
Or just like I'm more about what the Friends cast did, which was a sit down, a look back, and sort of like a clips special.
Yeah, I don't know. They've tried it. They've tried it so many times. Nobody's creative anymore. I think that's just what it comes to. We've run out of ideas.
That's true.
The Simpsons already did it.
Simpsons did it.
Yeah.
This is a cool idea though. NFL Films and Netflix are teaming up for a docuseries called Quarterback. It's following three QBs: Patrick Mahomes, obviously of the Super Bowl winning Kansas City Chiefs, Kirk Cousins of the Vikings, and Marcus Mariota of the Falcons. They followed them through the 2022 NFL season, slated to premiere this summer. I think that's something I'd watch.
Yeah, that's interesting. Marcus Mariota, especially because he went from he was a perennial starter in Tennessee a few years back, then he ended up in Oakland. Then he was in Atlanta last year as like a bridge quarterback. Kirk Cousins has been a guy that's always been kind of like he chokes, and then Patrick Mahomes is the best. So I like how they went from top, middle, bottom tiers, kind of.
Exactly. And Kirk Cousins has been around for a while.
He's been around a while, but he also is known to choke in the playoffs or in big games. Obviously, Patrick Mahomes doesn't. And then Marcus Mariota is kind of, you don't know where he's going to be next year. So I think that's an interesting take on it.
Spread the wealth a little bit. Lastly, we've got Outer Banks Season 3 currently streaming on Netflix. We've got new music coming out from Nicki Minaj and Ice Spice. That's out on the 3rd. And then tomorrow, if all goes according to plan, we will have the Die For You remix. The Weeknd and Ariana Grande on their 4th collaboration together. They always sound so good. For more Hot Dish, you can follow me on Instagram at Becca Berger. We're going to go live on TikTok at Hot 106 Prov as soon as I put makeup on. We're live on TikTok at Hot 106 Prov, so if you'd like to see our bright, shiny, beautiful faces.
Just Becca's because she cut me out of the screen
I
here.
did not.
No,
it's
fine. It's okay.
Now,
Nobody wants to see me.
People are commenting on how soft your lips look, so there we go.
Yeah, it's clear that the views go down when I get put on camera.
That's not true.
It's fine. Whatever.
We're live on TikTok. Go see us over there at Hot 106
My mom
Prov.
thinks I'm handsome.
We all think you're handsome, Mike.
Thanks.
So we're going to go from TikTok to Instagram.
Yes.
Would you pay to get verified? They're rolling this whole announcement out. It's starting in Australia and New Zealand this week. Obviously going to come up to the U.S. one of these days when it's done with the people down under. $11.99 a month on the web or $14.99 a month on iOS or Android. $11.99 a month. Who's using Instagram on the web?
It's funny you bring that up. One of my close friends, actually, I was talking to him over the weekend, and he said he was on Instagram on the web. And I said, what? I've never logged into Instagram on the web before.
I think I have just because.
Or maybe I did here for station stuff.
Yeah.
Or personally, he scrolls through and looks at profiles and stuff.
So
very
if you
strange.
pay for verification, this is what is so annoying. The service includes more protection against impersonating accounts.
Yeah.
Which we've had trouble with here on the Hot Morning Show with Becca and Mike D. And the fact that I'd have to pay to get a customer service person to shut down a fake page, it seems a little backwards.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they
What, do you move to the front of the queue?
I guess so. That's basically what they're telling you. And they've come out and said that they're motivated by Twitter and Twitter allowing people to pay for verification. For us, we did get verified on Twitter a few years back, so we didn't have to pay for it. Instagram, we've been trying to get verified on there, a little behind the scenes here.
Has it been?
Oh my God, too many times. But even the station account, there's no rhyme or reason to why people get verified. People tell me one thing, and then I see other people get verified, and they have none of those things. So I don't think there's a rhyme or reason to it. From a business standpoint, I can see paying for a verification if it increases your like you showing up in searches, your comments rise to the top.
And
so
that's what they're saying you'd get.
I just think for me, if I'm going to get verified, it's because Instagram approved me. I'm not personally going to pay for it because then I feel like, what am I doing? I don't post a ton to my personal page. You can follow me at Mike D on Air. It's just my life. I don't do a lot of work-related stuff on there. So maybe that's why I wouldn't pay for it. But if that's your gig, if you're an influencer, then yeah, why not?
After a while, all of these subscriptions, though, really are adding up. I mean, if you think about it, look at what we're paying for right now between Netflix and Hulu.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And Peacock and Paramount Plus. And then eventually, and now they want us to pay $15 to get verified on Instagram. Part of me, I'm not going to lie to you guys, part of me thought about it. Because I do post a lot. Like my story.
See, but the thing is for you, I'm not gonna shame it. Like I don't think people should be shamed for paying for it if you feel like it's gonna benefit you, if that's your career. I just think I don't use Instagram for that reason much. I use a lot of our station socials for that reason. Obviously, I do a lot of the station social stuff like YouTube and all that. But when it comes to like my personal account, realistically, what it would be is me paying for it for my own ego. Which I'm not going to do that because I don't care enough. I do want to apply and have them verify me because
will
they
even
choose
do
to.
that anymore?
Yeah, I'm sure they will.
I don't know.
If there's a way for them to, like in Twitter, if you click on the blue check mark, you can see who paid for it and who didn't.
Really?
Yeah, it tells you this person is subscribed to Twitter Blue. That's why they have this. And then there's ones that were like, this account was previously verified.
All right.
So we're still cool in that sense, I guess.
224-1063. Would you pay to get verified on Instagram? We're live on TikTok at Hot 106 Prov. We got more coming up.
106.
Yes, good morning. Happy Thirsty Thursday. Hope it's off to a great start. I know it's a little wet out there, so just take it slow.
Yeah, so MLS kicks off this weekend, right? It is back. So shout out to the New England Revolution. Very excited for a new season to begin. And we cover the New England Revolution right here. Myself, Nick from the afternoon show, and also Tom Quinlan from our sister station, WPRO. We do a soccer show, New England Soccer Weekly. You can hear it on 790 The Score every Saturday morning at 7 a.m., and then we post a full podcast. So I did all that to say this. MLS was so gracious to give us a MLS season pass to watch the games and all the coverage that comes along with it. They have a deal with Apple TV. So now it is a separate service to watch all of your MLS content. You subscribe to it and you get access to every single MLS game, plus behind-the-scenes stuff and a lot of extra things. With that being said, we have to be on a family account to do so. Me, Nick, and Tom.
You guys are on a family account.
Well, what they do is they give you an account and you can share it with up to 5 people.
I'm very nervous because nothing sounds family, I don't know.
Think about that. Think about how disheveled that family is. Now, on top of that, you then have to, when you log in...
Who's the daddy?
You share your... me. You then share your Apple IDs, right? You don't share them, but like they show up. You can see whose Apple ID is what. Now, keep in mind, I created my Apple ID in 2006, right? And at the time, the only email address I had was my old screen name.
What is your
and
Apple
I never
ID?
changed it after all of these years. Yeah, I could share it. I've never, well, because I have now changed it that I was embarrassed that they saw it. And Nick was like, Mike, what is that? Yeah, it was Fresh to Death. 8107. That was my very clever screen name that I made in like 7th grade. That was has been my Apple ID for 17 years or longer.
But are you still fresh to death?
No, I'm no longer fresh to death. I've died.
Is it fresh to death or deaf?
Death.
Okay.
Like fresh, number 2, death. And it is now deceased. It's now RIP. I changed it to my current email address, and I was slightly embarrassed. But yeah, that was an interesting moment.
How about those two?
You know,
neither of those
very
perfect
vanilla
specimens.
Names. Yeah, very. Yeah.
They didn't have anything funny to offer up in terms of
for screen names and email addresses. Surprisingly, no.
Not
They
surprising.
did not. So, yeah, fresh to death, RIP. You had a good run.
You ended it because they were busting you up?
It's been a minute. Like, I should have done this a long time ago.
They shouldn't have bullied you into that.
Like, when I log into my Apple account in our, my in-laws' TV in New Hampshire, yeah, it's not great to be like, yeah, let me log in my account. Here's fresh to death. So.
What year was that?
Probably like 05.
I mean, yeah, that's like if I was going to be Dancer Gal 10 forever.
Yeah. It was fresh to death.
How about anybody else out there? What would your
And I got, you know where I got that from?
what would yours be?
I got it from Cassidy. Fresh to death, dressed to impress. I was a big Cassidy guy at
Where's
that time.
Cassidy these days?
Drinking and two-stepping.
224-1063. Did something you had like this maybe not age so well, but you can't get rid of it, even though Mike did? I'm a little disappointed that
I'm
You
kind of
dropped
upset
it.
with myself, but it's time. It's time to move on. I am a husband and about to be an uncle again, and I just got to move forward.
text or call us. It's Becca and Fresh to Death. 224-1063.